procedure, any Indian bullion, you can my suggestion, ma'am.
No, we don't have we don't have gold bullion. We have only unrefined. Gold bullion is already refined. You can buy unrefined and then you refine it into gold bullion.
Ma'am, I understand, ma'am, but here is the buyer is the big party, ma'am. But no, I am not the buyer. I am as the mediator, okay, ma'am. But I will work in the one of the company LH Industries Private Limited, which is the bullion business, ma'am. So I
Hmm?
am eligible to make give good business for another big company, ma'am. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to you. Yes, ma'am.
I see. You create a group chat. I want to talk to the person that really he is a buyer. Because you know that your buyer is just wasting your time. This is money he is buying. You must remember.
Yes,
Gold is
yes,
money.
ma'am.
So he's just window shopping and using your services that everybody come to Wilhelmina because my seller is a real seller who produce gold direct from his mine. And I am the
Yes, ma'am.
extension of the seller. Everybody come to Wilhelmina and then I reject
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
If they rejected, they get angry. That's not my
Yes,
problem. Mm-hmm.
yes. Ma'am, I all things are understand, ma'am, but my buyer is the only direct to Indian government. This
Well,
is
the
the
Indian
matter, ma'am.
government knows the business. We don't bring to India, and the buyer has to be a good trader to bring it to India. He has to travel to Africa and purchase what he's looking for. Yeah, Africa is the
I
main
understand.
source of gas supply.
Yes,
98%
ma'am.
in Africa produce gold. Hmm.
Ma'am, please sample send pictures to the my WhatsApp, ma'am.
You already
What is the
you already saw me. So you already saw me. You did not read the procedure. I will give you the
okay, ma'am.
I'll give you my platform. I want you to read because I don't have time to teach people. I am not here to teach. I am here to sell. That's why I put everything online. The procedure you have to read in order for you to understand. All right. Tell your buyer to understand. Tell your buyer to send a formal letter of interest if he is a buyer.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What I am saying means, ma'am, this buyer is not confident to me, but another buyer is after procedure. You send to my some pictures.
Okay,
After he will start.
create a group chat. Create a group chat, and I want to
Okay,
interview your buyer. Right?
okay, ma'am. Okay.
I'm sure the buyer is not confident on you. He would like
Yes,
to
ma'am.
know who is the seller, and we are the seller. We are. I work for
Yes,
the
ma'am.
company, and I'm the one will
Ma'am,
say yes or no.
I understand the foreign country city and particulars of all details, ma'am.
The detail is you already saw me. You how did you found me in the beginning then? How did you found
Yes,
me?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No, I mean I am asking you how did you found Wilhelmina on YouTube channel? So therefore the procedure is on my YouTube channel and also on Facebook. I put
Yes,
everything
ma'am.
on my online platform. I'll give you another one. And I want you to
Ma'am, I
read.
know, ma'am, I know your procedure. You are the open statement of the Facebook and YouTube. All I know the procedure, ma'am. But
Hmm.
here is the buyer is the problem, ma'am. Some little things of only we can buy from India. He will say
No,
it
well,
is the problem.
tell him good luck. Tell him to buy to the government. The government of India travel to Africa and purchase what he's looking for and resell it. So that is his business. Our is we are the exporter. We export the unfinished product, which is unrefined. So that's not our
Yes, ma'am.
problem. If
Yes,
your buyer in India wanted to buy, he has to do the letter of interest for us to determine whether he is a buyer or not.
ma'am, where is your procedure, ma'am, and how to find the in India? How is the GST was conducted, ma'am?
Well, then
For
in your country, in India, the GST is higher.
yes, ma'am.
When you bring the gold to India, you pay importation tax. When you buy gold in Africa, there is an export tax. That is normal.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
Mm, 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 mm.
So you understand what I'm saying here, Aaron?
I understand, ma'am. I understand, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Kindly understand.
Okay. Nice talking to you, Aaron.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I will let you know. Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Can you imagine the buyer's agent? He knows me. He been to my YouTube channel. He doesn't understand. Mhm. Now, attention to all joker broker. Okay, I call you joker because you are not paying attention. This gold business is a real business. The world is on panic because of the problem between Israel and Hamas. And this gold is a tax haven. If there is a conflict between country to country, the investors are buying gold in order to protect their paper money. Africa is the main source of gold. 98% of gold produced in Africa. But we don't bring the gold to your destination. We don't bring gold to India. We don't bring gold to Dubai or in Europe or in America. You need to purchase it. You need to introduce a letter of interest coming from the buyer. Because Wilhelmina will determine. Wilhelmina is the extension of the seller. I'm based in Australia. I only travel to Africa to accompany the real buyer. There are so many fake buyers are running around. I have been rejected thousands and thousands of buyer. That's the reason why they don't like me, because I'm the only person who put everything online. You search on YouTube about gold, my video pop up into your screen. And if you found Wilhelmina on my YouTube channel or on Facebook, I want you to pay attention, read, because the procedure is very extensive. It's up for you to comprehend, because I am not here to teach people. I am here to sell. Our offer is in front of you. We are offering that we have gold. We are offering that the gold is 23 karat, which is 22 plus. And we are offering the purity of the gold from 96, 97, 98. It depends on the bar. Now, the investors buying unrefined to refine into gold bullion. Now, if you want to buy gold bullion, there is no discount. You buy it to the bank. The bank hold this gold bullion. You only buy a serial number, which is hallmark. You buy the unrefined, you can hold it, then you can bring it to your destination. You refine it to make into different uses. I explained that on my YouTube channel. I don't know why you people cannot comprehend. I'm very strict. If you don't like the way I speak, that is not my problem. There was a buyer from Abidjan, and he wanted to get the gold in Mali. I rejected this buyer. He's been running around and comparing prices. Now the price of gold is 2,000 per ounce, which is 64,500. And then this buyer, pretending to be a buyer, what happened? He's been wandering around, and then he come back to me. I refuse it. Another buyer that he is in Conakry, he wanted the gold to bring to central bank. We will bring the gold to central bank when you know you are a buyer. When you convince us, because I'm the one who will advise the head office to proceed or not to proceed. It's very clear on my video, and it's very clear on my platform on Facebook, that you read it, the extensive procedure, everything is on my platform. But to me, you are not reading. You are just a bunch of joker. I call you joker because you are not paying attention. You are excited. To me, I'm not excited at all. Unless you send a letter of interest, unless you come for conference. Yeah, it's very clear on my platform. I put everything where you can find a person who give you worth $1 million worth of information. No one is giving you for free. I've given you for free information online, but when I travel with you after I validate, yes, my services is not for free. You're gonna say, what is the carat? What is the price? The price is less 8%. It's in front of you, but you are not paying attention. You're not. So that is why I call you joker. This is not for joker buyer. This is for real. You buy, you get the price. You show us that you are a buyer, then we can do business. If you're just running around and asking question, that question and answer is already in front of you, to me, you're not a buyer. You're not. 2 days ago that I arrived from my holiday, I'm back in Australia. There were 4 people having a conference with me. They said they are a buyer. I don't believe it. 4 of you, you're a buyer? I don't believe it. When I interview these 4 people, there's a bunch of joker. They ask for commission. You are searching for on behalf of your buyer. Your buyer understand that this is a real business. We don't pay double commission. Instead, we give the buyer a discount in order for the buyer to get the profit. Now, my services is not for free. I mentioned that many times that when I travel with the buyer, I do charge my services. Right? You're gonna ask how much is my services, and how my question back to you, how much you can afford to pay the products, because you're buying $1 million worth of goods. You're buying $500,000. So if you cannot convince me, and if you cannot afford my services, to me, you cannot afford to pay the product that you are buying. You cannot. My services is peanuts. In return, I'm giving you a good leeway, and I'm going to negotiate on your behalf that you will get substantial discount. Instead of 8%, I'll give you 10%. When you resell it, I know you will get the handsome profit. But if you are just pretending to be a buyer, you're a joker to me. That is why I'm very blunt. People doesn't like me. The joker broker doesn't like me. Well, that's not my problem. Next. So read this full corporate offer in front of you. Don't keep on running around and running around thinking that you have a buyer. Where is your buyer? You are working for your buyer. You should understand that gold is real business. And you're lucky to meet Wilhelmina. I just finished having a conference. Just few minutes, 15 minutes of my conversation is finished. He knows this guy. He knows me, but he didn't pay attention. He's excited. To me, I'm not excited at all. I would be excited when you travel. I would be excited when you send a letter of interest coming from you, Mr. Buyer. And I would be excited if you can show me your business registration, a copy, importation license, passport copy, and proof of fund. Without that, I wouldn't believe it. And especially you don't open your camera when I call you, video call. Most of you are scared. Why are you going to be scared for? You don't need to be scared, because you are buying $500,000 here. And we need to scrutinize you, Mr. Buyer. We need it. And when I scrutinize you, meaning to say you meet the criteria. The procedure is already in front of you. All question and answer, impossible, you cannot comprehend. When my seller hired Wilhelmina to handle marketing, the seller didn't even teach me. The seller didn't even tell me what to do. I was the one who put everything. I asked my seller what necessary requirements that the buyer get the gold out of the country. Very simple. You need an export documentation. You need a contract. You need to place your order. How many quantity? We don't sell 1 kilo here. Minimum at least 20 kilos. At least. So that is the reason why you keep on running around. There's so many fake offer. Undervalue. Go for it. I interviewed the buyer from Asia. I don't want to mention his name, right? And he qualified. What happened? He opened a company in Zimbabwe. And I told him, I wish you good luck. Zimbabwean government would not give his gold. You have to pay the value added tax. And our selling price tax included. In Zimbabwe, they are selling 3%. Good luck to this guy that I interviewed him. Good luck. Okay? Gold is not for free. You travel to Africa outsourcing gold, good luck. There's so many offer. A few hours ago, I interviewed a buyer, pretending to be a buyer. It's a broker. He said he has a buyer in Ghana. Well, I don't deal Ghana. In Ghana, flooded with smuggled gold. Before you buy gold, you need to deposit the gold to the government, because the government is losing income. I used to handle seller in Ghana. I fired them all. because Ghana is notorious. They're all scrupulous. Excuse my language. Ghana is a good country. That is why the government is tightening the foreigner. Before you get the gold, you have to pay for it. There is no CIF. There is no credit. You have to pay the gold. You test the gold to the refinery in Ghana. But I'm not going to deal with Ghana anymore. I used to handle. I fired my seller. Why? Sellers are notorious. They're excited. Do you want money, money, money? Mr. Buyer, if you go to Ghana, I wish you good luck. Mr. Buyer, the reason why I put everything online because I'm helping you not to be deceived. I refrain using the word scam because if you're asking cheap price, you are part of the scamming buyer. You are syndicate. What is the meaning of scam? Means you lied yourself. You're looking for cheap price. You know that gold today is 64,500 in the world market, and then you're gonna say expensive. To me, you're not a buyer because a real buyer would not talk too much. Only the bullshit buyer. Excuse my language. I meet a lot of bullshit buyers pretending to be a buyer. And I know that this gold is the world asset. I know gold is a tax haven. Gold is not a bargain. You're lucky to meet Wilhelmina because I'm giving you a really good price. My seller was telling me, Wilhelmina, why are you giving away money? I said to my seller, give the buyer an incentive. And we will review that on the second shipment. We will review the price based on the demand. There's a saying, supply and demand determine the price. Now, Mr. Buyer and to all joker broker, please don't come to Wilhelmina if your buyer is not certain. Do not. You're just wasting my time. You only come for conference with Wilhelmina if your buyer is certain. You're going to say, oh, Wilhelmina is too expensive. You know that you are buying expensive precious mineral. You know that. Why are you going to say expensive? We are not selling gold bullion here. We are selling unrefined. That's why we give you a discount. When you buy refined, there is no discount. The gold deposited at the central bank, you buy. And you can buy that to the refinery with no discount. I'll tell you, Mr. Buyer, I know your tactics. In Dubai, I know the buyer is crying for this gold. In Dubai, the gold is really scarce. Most of the buyer in Dubai are scared. Why are you gonna be scared for? I'm a woman from Australia. I was born in the Philippines. I traveled to Africa. I'm not scared. Because when I travel, the seller loves Wilhelmina. When I travel with you, guaranteed you're gonna get the gold. However, do not go behind my back. Do not cut corner. Do not lie yourself. Because once I bring you to Africa, my services is non-refundable. There is a charge. Why? In order for you to assist on the ground. Our selling price less 8% tax included. You're gonna say too expensive. Well, you are buying expensive item. If you convince Wilhelmina, I might consider to give you 10%. But don't bank on it because you have not convinced Wilhelmina. You haven't. There was another broker from United States. His client is in Mali. His client has an office. His client asked me to bring the gold to his office. No, we don't bring the gold to a stranger. The stranger has to convince us. You have to come to the office to inspect. We have tons of gold in Mali. We have tons of gold in Conakry and Sierra Leone. But how are you able to secure? This gold business is very lucrative but very dangerous. We are encountering a lot of dangerous fake buyers. That's the reason why buyers are scared, and that's the reason why the buyers doesn't like Wilhelmina. Well, whether you like it or not, your business would not function at all. Why? We are in control. We are in control. My seller is in control. Wilhelmina will help you to assess. Wilhelmina will give you a very good price. Tax included. In every country, there is always value added tax. Mhm. So don't lie yourself. You are deceiving yourself. That's why you said, oh, a lot of scammer. You are one of the scammer. You're deceiving yourself, asking cheap price. That is a scam. In an old version, you lied to yourself, and the seller will lie to you, vice versa. I'm telling you. But when you come with Wilhelmina, I can guarantee you, you will get the gold. But with condition, do not lie yourself. Do not go behind my back. I know one of the buyer that I have. She got the gold. Then second order, he go behind my back. And I told her, when you second order, coordinate with me so that I could assist you. What happened? Disaster. And then she blamed my seller. No, my seller is very tough. That is why, Mr. Buyer, first, second, third, always coordinate with Wilhelmina. I'm telling you, don't be selfish, don't be greedy, because greediness will fail you at the end of the day. Our selling price less 8%, you must remember. When you convince Wilhelmina, you are lucky to have me. I will review it. I will advise the seller that I've given you less 10% or even 11%. Why? Because you prove to me that you are a buyer. But if you don't prove to me that you're a buyer, don't waste my time to come for conference. What a bullshit you are if you come and then you're gonna say, what is the price, what is the carrots? The carrot is in front of you. You are not paying attention. Read it before you come for conference with Wilhelmina. I think I already mentioned that on every video. I don't want to keep on repeating and repeating and repeating. Good luck to you, Mr. Buyer or Joker Broker. Good luck, and I hope you will help your buyer to get the gold. We don't bring the gold to India. We don't bring the gold to Dubai unless there is an export documentation that you have paid the product in order to see the cash inflow receipt. Did the seller tell you that? No, the seller would not tell you that. Wilhelmina is expert. I've been in marketing for 36 years. You need to pay what you are buying. You cannot just bring the gold out of the country without paperwork, meaning to say you are going to smuggle it. Then at the end of the day, you're going to be arrested in the airport without paperwork. So don't cut corner. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening.